basic students, we are going to go ahead and do a class for you. This video is just focused on white belt material. So instead of going through basics or self-defense or sparring as a separate class, we're going to do all the white belt material for all 6 of your red, white, and blue stripes, okay? And then of course the 2 black stripes are your homework stripes, all right? So we're going to cover all the material, so that way we just completely do the white belt material without having to worry about the 3 different classes. So that way you can train everything at home. All right, so let's go ahead and run through it. So let's go ahead and bow and get started. Kyosuke, ready? All right, so we're going to start with the basic techniques, all right? So the first stance you have to know is called the hachi-dachi, or the get ready stance. Your feet are 1 shoulder apart, hands in fist position, knees are slightly bent, and your body's relaxed, okay? This is called the hachi-dachi, or get ready stance. When I say kyosuke, anytime I say kyosuke, always make sure it's your left foot that slides to your right. I know sometimes when you're looking at me, you're not realizing this is my left, okay? So make sure when I say kyosuke, this is your left going to the right. All right, let's try that. Kyosuke, feet together, hands in fist position. Your eyes should be locked straight ahead. You're not looking around. The main purpose of this stance is simply to bow from, but we also practice our peripheral vision from here. Now we're going to do the Ritsu Rei, or the standing bow. Rei, bow. Make sure that your face is to the floor as you do a good bow and you go to the get ready stance. We have 2 sitting positions. The first one's called the seiza. You put one knee down on the ground, put the other knee on the ground, and we sit on our feet. And men sit with their legs apart, hands in fist position. Ladies sit with their legs together, hands on their legs just like this. Everybody should have back straight, chest out, stomach in, working good posture. Take one leg, kick it around, cross your legs, and show me the unza, the informal sitting position. Then when we stand back up, of course, as you know, we try to emphasize don't put your hands on the floor. So without putting your hands on the floor, because there are weapons, take one foot and kick it back around into the seiza. Then take a step forward, push yourself back, and go into the hachi-dachi, or get ready stance. Now the next thing is a forward fighting stance. This is where we practice our punches and strikes from. So you take your right foot and step forward. You have your feet 1 shoulder width wide. So you'll notice that there's space between my legs. As wide as my shoulders are, that's what we mean by 1 shoulder width. That's how wide my feet should be wide, okay? When we step, we're trying to make our feet about twice as far. So we call that 2 shoulder widths deep. We're trying to put the weight where we got 70% of the weight. Most of the weight should be on the forward leg and 30% on your rear leg. And then when we're just standing in the position, we put one hand over the knee, chain to the other hand. We call this the zenku-dadachi, or the forward fighting stance, okay? Go ahead and put your other leg forward. Just practice the idea. Make sure you're bending that knee. You should have your knee bent far enough where you can't see your toes if your back is straight. Now obviously if you bend over, you'll see your toes, and you also don't want to bend your knees past your toes, okay? This is actually not very good for the knee. Some competitors and such will do this, but as a concept, usually you want your knee straight above the middle of your foot, okay? And that's about where you want it, all right? Notice how both feet are forward. And this hand's over the knee, chain with the other hand. This is called the forward fighting stance, or zenku-dadachi. All right, now let's go ahead and do our punches. So go ahead and put 1 foot forward, put the same hand out, and chain with the other hand. You pull one hand back and punch with the other. Notice that the hand does not turn over till the very end. Now again, you pull one hand back and punch with the other. When you have the same hand and foot together, that's called a forward punch. Ready, knee. If you punch with the other hand, this is called a reverse punch, okay? So ready, itchy. So this is forward, knee. The reason, and this is reverse. The reason they have different names is usually the forward punch is closer to the target, and so it's faster. The reverse punch is more powerful because it usually covers more distance. Now sometimes that's kind of hard to see in this particular position, but if you look at it from here, this is a forward punch. This is a reverse punch for all intents and purposes. Forward is close, reverse is farther, faster, more powerful. Okay, so if that kind of helps you see that, that will really work great. Put your other leg forward so as to make sure you understand the idea. It has nothing to do with left and right, it has to do with which leg's forward. So now I have my other leg forward, so I have the same hand matching that leg. That's a forward punch. Good, ready, itchy. And this is a reverse punch. You got it, ready, itchy. You should be striking with the first 2 knuckles and aiming at the solar plexus. Let's do it hard and fast now. Ready, itchy. Knee, sun, shi, go. Roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, and relax. We're also going to do the Mike area, the front snap kick for white belts. On 1, you pick up your knee. 2, snap it out and back, and 3, back down. You're hitting with the ball of the foot, so you got to pick up your toes and hit with that ball of the foot. So go ahead and put your hands up, and let's give it a try. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now 1 motion. Here we go. Ready? Ichi. Knee. Sun. Now let's do the other leg. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now 1 motion. Ready? Ichi. Knee. Sun. Shi. And relax. We also have 3 blocks in the basics that you have to know. So go ahead and raise your right hand, chamber your left. We're going to step to the side. The way to look at this with the palm block is the hand that's up, that's the direction I'm going, okay? So let's give it a try. Step to the side and push in front of you. Now go the other way. Step to the side, push in front of you. Ready? Palm block, palm block, palm block, palm block. Harder and faster. Ichi, knee, sun. The next one's a knife hand block. Put one hand out, chain to the other hand. Take this hand and go wrist to elbow, palm up. Bring the hand up, turn it over, and chain to the other hand. Now go wrist to elbow, bring it up, turn it over, and chain to the other hand. Good. Ready? Ichi. This is the Shotozuki or the knife hand block. Ready? Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roku. Shichi. Hachi. Good, now let's do the roundhouse block. So again, the hand that's up is the direction we're going. So we're going to step this direction. Ready? Step to the side, do your palm block, then go wrist to elbow and do the knife hand. So the roundhouse block is a combination of the 2 blocks. So step to the side, palm block, and knife hand block. Step to the side, palm block, knife hand block. And just remember, the hand that's up, that's the direction we're going. Step, palm block, knife hand. Now go the other way. Step, palm block, knife hand. Now try to put it together. Ready? Roundhouse block. Good. Roundhouse block. Roundhouse block. Roundhouse block. And relax. Very good. So those are all the basics that white belts need for your first 2 white stripes. Now for the self-defense. The self-defense, all that white belts have to know is a clasp hands escape from a hand grab and learning how to be a good tacker for the self-defense patterns. So first of all, the clasp hands escape. All you're simply learning to do is whenever the person grabs this hand, whether it's same side, cross, or 2 hands, what you're going to do is just reach over and grab the hand. But remember, if they're grabbing cross or 2 hands, then you're going to need to reach over their arm before you turn the palm down, okay? Otherwise, if they're just reaching same side, we can just turn the palm down. So let's try it. Ready? Palm down, reach and grab, and escape. And pull to the other side. Good. So remember, whichever hand they grab, step with the other foot, okay? So here we go. Palm down, grab, go. Try it again. Palm down, grab, go. Now let's try it the other way. So turn your other hand, palm down. So if you don't have a partner, just do it the way I'm doing it, okay? Imagining someone's grabbing this hand, turn your palm down, grab, escape. Try it again. Palm down, grab, go. One more time. Palm down, grab, go. And relax. The next thing is learning how to be a good tacker. Now, to be a good tacker, we want you to end in a good forward fighting stance with a good forward punch, okay? So to get there though, we start in a get ready stance. In self-defense, we always start from this position because in real life, this is how a person, you would be standing in real life. Naturally, most people are not going to attack us with a good basic karate punch. But we want you to learn a good technique, okay? So the way we do this is you're simply chamber your hand in your ribs, step with the same foot, and then just punch with that hand. And as you punch with that hand, you notice how this hand came back and chambered, okay? Let's try that again. So if I'm working, if you're doing the mirror image of me, okay, then this would be your left hand, okay? So let's give that a try. Ready? Chamber, step, punch. Good. Try it again. Ready? Chamber, step, punch. Good. I'm going to face another direction so you can see it in a different way. Chamber, step, punch. Try it again. Chamber, step, punch. And you notice by the time you're done attacking your partner, you should be in a good forward fighting stance, doing a good basic front punch. Good. Let's try that a couple more times. Ready? Chamber, punch. Good. One motion. Ready? Ichi. Let me face this way again. Ready? Knee. Now let's try your other hand, okay? So same thing, chamber your other hand, step with the same foot as the hand that you're about to punch with, and punch, okay? So the way to look at it is the hand you chamber first is that foot you're going to step with. So ready, chamber, step, punch, and you notice that the other hand just comes in. Sometimes people, to get a little more momentum, they'll kind of stick out the other arm as they chamber. So in other words, as I chamber this hand, this arm comes out as I punch, and that's fine as long as you don't find that confusing. But I've learned that a lot of white belts find that confusing, so I just kind of leave that alone at first. So you just chamber, step, punch, okay? So you just hear chamber, step, punch. Now hard and fast, ready? Itchy. Knee. Sun. And relax. And then the last thing, those are for your 2 red stripes. That was self-defense, and that's it. The only other thing that we really highlight in self-defense for white belts is to remember the 3 basic steps of self-defense. If you know someone's angry or upset and might attack you, keep your distance. Then when they attack, we move. And the last thing we work on is our counterattack, okay? So those are the 3 basic steps, and we always want to highlight that. Then the last part is the sparring. So we're going to do the 4 sparring basics. Go ahead and put your hands up like this. And the 4 sparring basics is just taking your left hand, and this is called a front punch. So we're going to practice that a couple times. First, this is defensive, which means no step. Ready, itchy. Knee, sun. Now offensive with the step. Ready, itchy. Good, go back. Try it again. Ready, knee. One more time. Ready, sun. Now we're going to do the rear punch. Defensive, ready, itchy. Knee, sun. Now offensive, ready, itchy. So you notice I step the same way with both punches, okay? Ready, knee. One more time, ready, sun. Now we're going to do a front leg front kick. So you're just raising your knees straight up. Even though your body's kind of sideways, you're kicking straight this way. So you raise up that knee, kick, and put it down, okay? So ready, raise up that knee, kick, and put it down. Now let's do it hard and fast. Ready, itchy. Knee, sun, shoot. Now offensive, you got to do a replacement step. You take the rear foot up and then kick with the forward foot, okay? So let's practice that. Ready, feet together, kick, and step. Good, let's go back, try it again. Ready, feet together, kick, step. Good, try it a couple more times. Ready, itchy. Notice my legs never cross. It's one of the things a lot of our young people have trouble with. They want to cover distance so badly. And the cross step lets you do that, but it makes the kick sloppy, and we need you to really learn this replacement step. We will eventually teach you how to do the cross step properly, but at this point, we want you to focus on what's called a replacement step. It's great for sport fighting. It's fast, it's efficient, it's easy to do. So don't let your legs ever cross, okay? So let's try it. Ready? Itchy. Good, try it again. Ready? Knee. Then the last one's a rear leg front kick. That's where you kick and step forward. So you take the rear leg, you kick, take a step forward, then take your other leg, kick, and take a step forward, okay? Let's try that a couple more times. Take the rear leg, kick and step, take your other leg, kick and step. Very good. And then we have 2 sets of combinations white belts need. The first one is to do a front punch followed by the rear punch. So let's try that. Ready? Itchy. 1, 2. Good. Ready? Knee. Try it again. Sun. One more time. Shoot. Good. Very good. Now you're going to do a front kick, front punch. Okay, let's try that. Ready? Itchy. Good. Try it again. Ready? Knee. One more time. Sun. So notice it's the same leg, same hand. All right, and white belts, that is all your material. I know sometimes when you're in class, because you're also doing gray belt material and tan belt material, you're not always quite 100% sure, and that's where you need to pick up your red book or your blue book, your training book. Look at your stripes, okay? Just look in there. Everything's listed out to let you know what you need to know. And then, of course, we're always watching you. But keep training and practicing. I know normally we tell you there's a certain number of classes that you have to go to before we start grading things off. But if you're training at home, and we can see that you come in, you pretty well know the material, we're going to probably be waiving some of that class attendance to help some of our students keep moving, as long as you really can do the material, okay? And that's where you need to practice these videos over and over and over. Go back and do all 3 of the beginner videos, then come back and work this one again. and see if you can put it all together, okay? If you can do that, we might be able to get you graded off and get you ready for the next graduation as quickly as possible. All right, so we'll see you in class soon. We really miss you.